If you're under age 30, there's one thing you're better off learning sooner than later. You'll learn it eventually, but you're better off learning it now. And it's simply this. It's one of the most powerful lessons of life. Life is very fair. People go around saying life's not fair, life's not fair. I'm sure there's an element of truth to that. But I argue that life is very fair, especially when it comes to one of the most important things. And it's simply this. No one escapes life without pain. No one escapes life without suffering. And I'm using those interchangeably. And for the twits who are going to say, well, suffering is optional and bullshit. Lose your fucking child. Have your favorite dog that you took fucking hunting every year for 13 years die and then tell me suffering's fucking optional. Fuck you. Life's very fair. So when you're on social media and people are posting what's going on great in their life, it can be really hard. Relative success, seeing someone else succeed when I'm not, or seeing someone else happy when I'm not, can be soul-sucking. It's very hard nowadays because it's in your face all the time. It's always been there. Keeping up with the Joneses has always been there, but yeah, it's fucking hard. And what I'm telling you now is everyone suffers at some point in life, and often at multiple points in life, and for very different reasons. And saying, well, their pain isn't as bad as my pain, you don't fucking know that. You don't fucking know. Somebody could have suffered for the first fucking 10 years of their life absolute abject misery, abuse or neglect or whatever. Rabbi Harold Kushner, who wrote a couple of books, bestsellers way back in the 80s and 90s, he said that the people he felt sorry for are the people whose suffering didn't come until their 60s or 70s. They had never integrated pain into their life because they had never really had it. And then it hits, and it hits hard. In the strangest of ways, and it's not always what happens to you. Maybe it's what happens to one of your children, whatever it is, but no one escapes life without suffering. So when you're looking at someone else and how great their life is, what you're missing is that they too have suffered, or they too will suffer. It is the one inexorable aspects of human existence. You're not alone in your suffering, and you can come out of it. I got myself out of a 12-year depression, suicidal depression, all right? I didn't have any therapists who could help me. I had to figure it out on my own. And I'm saying you can heal. You can come out of it. I work with people every single fucking day, getting them out of the worst, the loss of children, horrible things happening in wartime when they were in war, all sorts of shit. You can come out of this, but you must remember, just because they have a pretty picture on Instagram doesn't mean they haven't had pain or won't have pain. So your pain, while it sucks, is normal, and you can move through it. I believe in you. Have a kick-ass day.